Hey guys, welcome back to 7 days of hypermobile full body strength for advanced beginners. My name is Eva and I am very excited to take you guys through today's workout. So for today, we are going to incorporate a set of light dumbbells. I've got 2 pounds that I'm working with here today. If you have dumbbells and they're like a little bit heavier, you can try them. If you don't have dumbbells, you can honestly do this whole series without. I just wanted to incorporate them because I think I've been using resistance bands a lot recently, and sometimes it's fun to just switch it up. So we're gonna dive on in just a sec, but first, as always, I wanna make sure I say, if anything today is not feeling good to your hypermobile body, please just don't do it, because you can always come back and do this workout at another time. But it's pointless to be pushing through pain and making things feel worse just to say you did the workout. We want things to feel really good and strong, not make things more icky. So without further ado, we are going to start flat on our back today, as we often do with our workouts. We're going to start with a little bit of breath and then go right into some movement with the dumbbells. So before we start, let's just get settled on the mat. You're welcome to start with planted feet or long legs, really whatever feels good to you. And let's just breathe. I want you guys to just start taking note of where you are on the mat. Let's find your feet or your legs. Let's find your hips, your pelvis. Let's find your spine from the low back to the mid back to the upper back. Let's find the backs of the shoulders and the arms, the back of the neck, the back of your head. Just taking note of where everything is. Taking note if there are any spaces that aren't feeling particularly even, or maybe spaces that are holding tension while you breathe. Good, let's do 2 more breaths together. And we're going to do 1 more. Beautiful job, guys. We're going to go right into a little flow here. I want you to think about, scan back down to the back of your hips. And in the middle of the hips, you have a bone called the sacrum, which is that bone that kind of attaches 2 halves of your pelvis. I want you to find your sacrum with your mind's eye. And as you exhale, I want you to tuck your pelvis so that your weight goes to the top of your sacrum. Your spine is going to start to flatten out on the mat. It's just a soft movement here. And then you inhale to release. You're going to reverse that movement. You're putting a little space under the low back. Your weight is shifting to the bottom of the sacrum, right at the tip of your tailbone. And then we do that again. We exhale to press to the top of the sacrum. The spine is going to come down flat on the mat. You're going to inhale to release the back. You're putting a little space under your back. Your weight goes to the tip of the tailbone. And let's repeat, exhale, pressing your weight just softly into the top of the sacrum. The low back connects to the mat. And then inhale, reverse course, your weight goes to the tip of the sacrum and you have a little arch under your back. And let's go again. We're gonna go 4 more. Exhaling to press down. Inhaling to reverse course. Taking note if your jaw or shoulders start to hold tension. Exhale. And inhale. 2 more. Exhale. And inhale. Soften your upper body if it's starting to get tense. Let's go 1 more. Exhale. And inhale. And come back to whatever just feels like a natural position to you. And now we're gonna do something a little weird. We're gonna go right and left with the pelvis. So we just went back and forth, up and down. Now we have to go side to side. So I want you guys to pop your hands on the bony landmarks at the front of your pelvis. Before you even move, can you take note and see if they feel different from each other? I can tell you right now, the right side of my pelvis is so much further away from the floor. It's so lifted. And this is how it can be a helpful way to know if you have like a pelvic deviation or rotation. So we're gonna try and unwind that a little bit. As you exhale, I want you to tip your weight to one side of your pelvis. Do me a favor, try not to swing your legs with you. Even if it's a teensy little movement, can you just shift your weight to one half? Inhale back to center, and then shift to the other side. And then inhale back to center. And exhale, shift again, other side. And as you shift side to side, I want to encourage you to do two things here. First is keep it very small, okay? The rotation of your pelvis is not actually supposed to be that big. So when you're hypermobile, it's much bigger than it actually needs to be. So please keep it small. The second thing is if it feels a lot harder to shift into one side versus the other, don't force it, okay? Just keep moving with a kind of even motion on each side and even intensity. And there's a lot of complicated reasons as to why I give that cue, but really it just comes down to your body gets confused and can often make it feel like one side is holding a lot of tension and you need to push deeper into it, but that's actually not the case. So already I feel like I'm able to move a little bit more easily and connect a little bit more easily. So I'm gonna do 4 more. You can do this at your own pace. 3. Breathing. I'm going on my last 2. And last 1. I'm going to come back to center. I'm going to check in to see how my hips are feeling. Still, I think I'm a little bit lifted on the right side, but it's not as intense as it was. So hopefully this whole series we do today helps even things out even more. But alrighty, I am going to have you guys grab your dumbbells if you've got them. If not, don't worry. Start with your feet planted on the floor. Now, I'm going to start with my right side just because I know that's my cardio side. Starting with the elbows connected down on the mat. I want you guys to slide your right leg along the floor until it's just short of totally straight. As you pull that leg back in, I want you to push your arms up towards the ceiling. Let your foot slide along the floor. And then as you lengthen, pull the elbows back down. So for me, I really should have worn socks for this series because it's a little sticky on the floor, but we're just gonna work through it. So slide your leg as you push the arms up. And then pull the arms down as you lengthen your leg just short of totally straight. And then again, as you glide your leg along the floor, you might feel your hamstring, you might feel your bum a little bit. You may actually feel your abdominals a little bit, and that's cool. As you move through your arms, you want to feel your upper back connected to the ground. You want to feel your arms go long and strong and straight, and then control as they come back down. Don't just drop them to the floor, okay? Let's go 3 more. Down and along. And exhale. We're gonna go last 2. Trying to feel the back of your hips even on the floor. Last one. And exhale. And now we're just going to seamlessly switch sides here, guys. So once again, elongate the left leg and let your elbows come down. Stop just short of being totally straight. And then pull the leg back in as you push the arms up. And then repeat, glide it down. Once again, as you cycle through this, can you feel the back of the leg, maybe the hip, maybe the pelvic floor? Can you feel the back of the hips be nice and even on the ground? Can you keep the arms long and strong and have a nice tight grip on the dumbbells? No loosey-goosey hands. Let's go last 3. 2. And 1. You can make any little shifts that you need to along the way. Beautiful, beautiful job, guys. Go ahead and bring the arms back down by your side. And now we're going to take the elbows a little wider. Now, if when you go wide, you're finding your shoulders are up at your ears, go ahead and make them a touch more narrow. But I still want nice, strong wrists. I want your feet to come back into that nice parallel position. And we are going to combine 2 words with 1 stone. So this is a little more advanced here. I want you to take an inhale to prep. As you exhale, I want you to push your feet into the floor as you float your hips up. Straighten your arms up to the ceiling. Just go as high up into the bridge as feels comfortable to you. And then lower everything back down. Elbows go wide, hips come down. I just scooch myself back on my mat because my head is on the wood floor. Doesn't feel great. Okay, let's do that again. Let's push the feet into the floor to lift the hips up. Let's get the arms up to the sky. Let's keep the shoulders nice and plugged into their sockets. And then let's float everything back down. This, to me, actually feels phenomenally good today. So let's go again. And then inhale right back down we go. And again, exhale. Feet pushing down. Arms are going long and strong. And don't worry about height here, guys. Don't worry about pushing your hips through the roof, okay? Just connect to the backs of the legs. Connect to your bum. Feel the shoulders connecting into their sockets even as you bring the arms back down. Let's go 3 more. Ooh, I feel like I finally got into my bum. That feels really good. Let's go 2. Sometimes it takes a couple reps and that's okay. And let's go 1. Can we hold it up top? Can you hold it up, 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 up? Keep the hips high, and can you just bend the elbows? And then can we press them up again? And feel the front of the shoulders working, the chest working. Woo, my hips are on fire, so if you need to bring them down, you're fine, but I'm gonna go for 2 more. 1 more. Bring everything back down and go ahead and relax. Nice job, guys. You can put the dumbbells to the side. And let's go ahead and roll up over. Woo, how are you feeling? Check in with everything. I gotta say, I love doing bridges after that little pelvic series, that little pelvic warm-up we did. I just feel like my bridges are so much better and so much more connected. Little bit of a tangent, we can rest before we go into our next exercise. or you can skip this. But oftentimes bridges are difficult for hypermobility because we get so tense in our quads and we kind of like hang out of the front of our hips that when you do a bridge, it can actually, the tension in the quads can actually inhibit the activation of the glutes. So that little pelvic series that we started with, that tucks and the little shifts side to side, is actually designed to help your stabilizing the little tiny muscles kick on and get the fascia moving again so that your quads can kind of chill out and they don't have to death grip you from falling out of your hips. So hopefully that felt like a little bit more connected for some of you guys. All right, we're gonna do one more slightly challenging series for the hips. This is gonna be one we do on our hands and knees. So if you're a little hypermobile wristy, grab your braces, do them on your forearms, kind of make it work however you need to. I'm feeling pretty good on my wrists today. I've been doing a lot of forearm work. So you are gonna take your little dumbbell. You're gonna tuck it right into the back of your knee. Make sure it's nice and solidly in there. I want you guys to find your nice all fours position with me. We're not hyperlocking those elbows, so make them nice and long and strong. Shoulders are gliding down your back. Hopefully this nice and neutral spine feels a little bit better since we did a little hip and bridge warm-up. Palms are nice and connected to the floor, eyes are down. All I want you to do to start is shift your weight into your non-weight bearing leg. So whichever one does not have the dumbbell, you're gonna shift your weight into that. And all you're gonna do is see if you can lift your knee with the dumbbell off the floor and lower it down. So we have done a series like this before, but we've never done it with weight. So once again, just push your standing leg into the ground, lift the dumbbell knee 2 inches off the ground, and let's go again. Exhale. Inhale. All the while, you are going to try to keep your spine nice and neutral. That means tailbone shooting to the opposite side of the room. You're going to feel your abdominals kick on a little bit. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. And now, can we advance this a little bit? If not, that's cool, just stay where you are. Can we shift and lift the whole leg up and push the foot back just a couple inches? And then lower it down. Shift and lift. Now, when I say shift, I don't want you guys collapsing into your standing leg, all right? I just want your knee to press down into the floor so that you can lift the weight-bearing leg. If you can get it higher than I am, that's awesome, but try not to drop your back towards the floor. Ooh, this is sassy. Let's go again. And strong in your arms. We're gonna go 2 more. See how I'm getting a little bit more height now? Let's go 1 more. And relax. Beautiful job, guys. All right, come off the wrists. Let's shake them out real quick because we are gonna do the other side. I actually am gonna do the other side on my forearms. I kind of actually just wanna see how it feels. I don't think I've ever really taught this one, or it's been a very long time since I've taught it on my forearms. So I just want to see how this one feels. So I'm down here. If you want to join me, that's awesome. If not, do it as you were. You're going to dig your standing knee on the floor. All we're going to do is lift the knee up with the dumbbell behind it and lower it down. We're just doing a little lift and lower. I'm not sure if I love this one as much. Yeah, personally, I like being up here, but I'll try again when we do the actual leg lifting. And let's go again. But if you're finding it better down on your forearms, do it on your forearms. It's just personal preference at a certain point. And exhale. Let's go 3 more. Up and down. 2 more. Last one. Okay, I kind of want to, once again, see how this leg lift thing feels while I'm down on my forearms. So, staying strong in your abdominals, digging your standing knee down on the ground, just, oh God, I think that's harder. Lower it down. But I'm going to try again. And down we go. Yep, that's harder. But to be fair, it might also just be this leg. And again, exhale, lift. Try and keep your foot flexed for me. Don't point the toes to the best of your ability. I'm losing my dumbbell a little bit. Let me fix that. Up. Strong in the shoulders, guys. Keep them nicely tucked into their sockets. Check back in with your ribs. Are you collapsing down to the floor? Or can you keep things nice and strong? Let's go 3 more. 2. And 1. And go ahead and relax. Beautiful, beautiful job, guys. Ooh, that was a fun series. It's not often that I do stuff with just like dumbbells and kind of free weights in that way. So it's nice to just kind of do something a little different. But let's go ahead and just sit for a second. Actually, you know what? Let's end flat on our back so that we can kind of suss out how things are feeling after we've done all that nice little mobility and all that strength work for the hips, for the arms. You can start with, you can end with your legs long or your feet planted. I'm actually gonna end with my legs long. And let's just breathe. And I want you to check in. Does anything feel different? Does anything feel like maybe it's a little more connected to the floor? Does anything feel tired? My legs feel a little tired. Take your final breaths, just settling down. Beautiful, beautiful job, guys. All right, whenever you're ready, you guys can come on up to seated, and we are gonna call that the day. Very nice job. A little bit hippier and kind of full body functional, but I'm hoping that that pelvic micro movement series felt good to you guys. So if you enjoyed it, please comment, please like it, subscribe to it, because as always, it is so helpful for the channel. And I will be back with another workout very, very soon. Take care.